Hi folks, just an average do-it-yourselfer here in the process of replacing my ugly 1980s tile countertops with some Formica ones that I got from Home Depot. Now the ones that I bought already have the backsplash molded into it, so I got to remove all these pieces of tile that were the backsplash from before. And they're all held in place with some sort of adhesive glue. There's probably an easy way and a hard way to do this, and I started off doing it the hard way, and I'll show you what I mean. So resist the urge to just tear into it with a pry bar and just start ripping stuff off the wall, because I did that here and tore off a big chunk of drywall with it, and all I've done here is create a nice little drywall patch job for myself. So not only do I have to patch it, but I have to try to match the texture, and I suck at matching the texture. So had I done it correctly, exercised just a little bit of patience, I could have just sanded it, painted it, and then I could have just slid the new counter in place, put a bead of caulk on there, and called it a day. But you know, we all tend to learn things the hard way. So let me show you what I'm doing to make this easier. Alright, so let me first start off by saying there's really nothing special about what I'm doing here. Those in the industry, this is probably common knowledge. It's no big deal. I just did a quick search online and I didn't see any tips specifically for this, so I figured I'd share my little eureka moment with you folks out there. So let me just first point one thing here real quick. You can see these are the areas that I've taken off so far, and it really doesn't take that long. You know, some of you are probably thinking, oh gosh, this is going to take forever, but it really doesn't take that long. And as you can see also, I've scraped off pretty much all the adhesive. And you don't really have to, and I'll show you why. So this is the new countertop, and all I really need to do is make sure, you know, there's no adhesive in this area right here, because I want this part here to go flat against the wall. So as long as I scrape from here down about 1.5 inches or something like that, the rest of it can stay. You know, you can scrape it all off if you want to. But after doing a few pieces, I realized you don't have to. Alright, so now back to the tools that I've been using. Small hammer, chisel, a little piece of 3/4 inch plywood to use as a fulcrum, a small pry bar, a scraper blade, and most importantly, the heat gun. This one here is a 2-speed. It's got a low and a high, and it's 1500 water. But you can use whatever heat gun that you have access to, as long as it gets hot enough to soften the adhesive behind the tile. So let me go ahead and mount the camera and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so as you can see, I've already chipped away some of the grout on the left edge of the tile here, and all you need to chip away is just enough for your little scraper pry bar to get some sort of a hold. So you don't need a lot. Just enough to get a hold, which is like right there. So now the next thing to do is go ahead and soften it up. So I'm going to use the high speed on the heat gun. I'm going to soften up that adhesive behind the tile. And this is where a little block of wood comes in handy, so we don't damage the drywall. But we're going to go ahead and get it fixed there. And I can already tell the glue is soft, but I'm going to heat it up just a little bit more. Now watch the tile as I do this. Keep just a little bit of downward pressure on the pry bar. You don't have to go crazy with it, just enough to keep pressure on it. Now watch the tile. Alright, so this one's kind of a corner piece. So the tile's just a little bit hot still. But I'm just going to work it back and forth here. And it just pops out of there. So now remember what I showed you on the back of the countertop. You can see the adhesive goes from top to bottom. We don't need to remove all that. We just need to remove the upper portion of it. So get my little scraper blade and the low setting on the heat gun. First let me scrape away some of this grout. Okay, so now I'll preheat it. And you don't need a lot of pressure with your scraper blade. Let the heat gun do the work. And that's it. So now all I should have to do is sand that up, finish it just a little bit further, paint it, slide the new counter in place, and put a bead of caulk on top, and it should be it. So that's my tip of the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck with your project. Thank you.